We're finally back for part 2
of our Q&A. So we have a lot of questions to get through again. You guys had so many questions, but they're good ones, so we don't want to skip any.
We're going to do our best to make this timely and efficient.
Yes. Not to ramble too much, but you know how we are.
But without any further ado, I think we're going to get straight into this video.
Let's do it.
She's looking up the questions, so I will remind you. First of all, if you are subscribed, thank you so much. We love you, we appreciate you, and if you're not, and you're just visiting our channel for the first time, I am Brittany.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Paxton, our son. And please go ahead if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and feel free to check out any of our other content.
We're going to get straight into these questions. Have you ever been to Northern Ireland?
Negative.
Nope.
No.
I'd love to.
Sure.
Sure, we'd like to travel.
I know nothing about Ireland, but I'd be willing to travel, yeah.
Have your parents seen Pax? Kind of.
My mom was actually out of town when he was born. She did come home early to be able to see him. She's met him a couple times. Unfortunately, my father has seen him from a distance, but has not actually had the chance to meet him.
My parents have both gotten to see him and hold him a couple times, but because of everything that's happened with COVID, we have not seen them very often at all. Not so much a question, but I think y'all are pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's very sweet.
You're very kind. Where is the first place you want to take Paxton on a family vacation?
Well,
whenever we could travel again.
Our plan was the beach. I'm going to be honest, it's going to depend at what time of year we are able to travel again. We are comfortable traveling again, as far as not just, you know, an hour road trip or hour and a half road trip or so.
It's likely going to be something like a beach or Arizona or maybe Utah. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there.
We keep trying to figure out, are we going to be able to travel this time? How about this time? How about this time?
Yeah.
But the idea was to travel at the end of her maternity leave. Obviously, that did not happen.
What is your favorite thing about being a mom? Everything.
The way he looks at us. It's the most, yeah, everything. Like waking up and seeing him and going, like, it is the most rewarding thing ever.
It is. The lack of sleep, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
All I could keep thinking about is the fact that I never imagined that you would be getting up at 6 o'clock every day.
Every day.
Whether you have to work or not. Like,
I used to sleep in, I would let myself sleep until about 8 while I was pregnant, and that was on weekends. That was the latest I would let myself sleep. And now it's rise and shine, 6 a.m. every day, Pax is ready, so here we are.
For me, it's not as much of a surprise. I'm an early riser. I like to get up and get the day started. But it's just funny because it doesn't even faze you anymore.
No, not at all. And does Pax play with any toys, and if so, what is his favorite?
Anything he can chew on.
His favorite toy, oddly enough, are his burp frogs. He thinks they're a lot of fun. He likes to play peekaboo with them. He likes to brush them over his face.
He likes to eat
chew on them. They are his number one. How much do we spend each month on groceries?
So it definitely depends. Usually we're looking at $120.
Per week.
Oh yeah, per week. What was the question?
How much per month?
So multiply that by 4. $500.
Yeah, I would say so. And it depends on the season too, because if we can go to the farmers markets in the summer, they tend to be a little bit cheaper than the grocery store. So we'll do that over the grocery store, but it kind of depends.
It depends on weeks. We don't have to buy meat. It's less than that.
That's the other thing, is we stock up when things are on sale, especially with meat, because you can just throw it in the freezer and then you have it for whenever you need it.
I mean, even when we buy it at the farmer's market, we usually try to... We do. We try to get a deal for buying a little bit more in bulk.
Yeah. Would you consider both being pregnant at the same time?
Maybe.
No.
So we showed you in a past video, and I went paddleboarding with our friend Rose. And Rose thought this would be a fantastic idea. I never told Ashley about
it. No, she didn't tell me this.
And it would be, in theory, it would be really cute. However, on the back end of things, of what it's like dealing and handling, is it okay to say dealing and handling somebody that's pregnant?
Yeah.
2 pregnant people with each other, it would be very challenging.
It would be challenging.
And me pregnant with her would be very
challenging. So many hormones, guys. So many hormones.
You don't want to be pregnant with me pregnant?
No, I don't. I'm so sorry. Apart from Ohio, what other state would we want to live in? We really only considered living in one other state.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Seriously considered. And that would be Arizona.
We've recently talked about Florida. Because we want to be able to just be warm and hang out, and we can't travel, so
Right.
we want to be somewhere that's nice year round.
Did Brittany decide if she's going to carry the next baby?
We've got almost a year until I have to decide, so
We're going to keep thinking.
patience.
What are some of your tips to start living a healthier lifestyle and stay motivated?
Hold on. Slight distraction. I'm gonna put this in there before we get too far into this question, because this is what Paxton likes me to do.
He likes you to rub the binky on his gums and make it squeak.
So it goes scoo 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 scoo.
He thinks it's hilarious. Alright, tips to start a healthier lifestyle. For me, it would be finding people that have a like mindset.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Look at that!
Yeah, that's definitely number one. 2, give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Right.
It is a process. You can't just wake up in the morning and be like, I'm not gonna have this, I'm not gonna do this, because the likelihood that you're gonna be like, I really want that, and at some point you're gonna give in. Well, this is not likely for a lot of people. The other piece, give yourself like 30 days of not drinking. I know that sounds crazy, but you will be so surprised at the difference that makes in your life.
And in your body, and in the way you feel, and all of that.
And drink lots of water.
Yeah.
Those are probably the 3 easiest tips.
Yeah. My wife and I are thinking of starting a vlog about our process of getting pregnant. What is a piece of advice that you'd give for starting a vlog?
The most important thing is be authentic. Be you, be raw, be real. You have to remember, like, if you're going into this and this is something you want to share and do for a long time, don't ever try to be somebody else. Because then you have to keep that persona on forever, and at some point you're going to start meeting those people. And like for us, we want the people you guys see on camera to be exactly who we are in person.
Right. What did we fight about the most?
Me having anxiety about stupid things.
I don't even want to say we fight about you having anxiety.
It's not
it's the right wording. It's because
I nitpick things. Like,
yes, when she gets anxious, she nitpicks the tiniest things. And she can't see like the bigger picture and things, and so I get frustrated when I'm like, no, but that doesn't matter. Stop dwelling on it, and it's hard to get over that bump sometimes.
Now we're back, and you guys get like 100% of my focus.
It's hard sometimes to talk when he's like chewing on your fingers. It's hard to focus.
It is.
What is one place that you want to go that you haven't been to?
Oh, I've got 2. Is this out of country?
I think anywhere.
Out of country, I would like to go to Australia. Terrified of bugs.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Australia too, but there's like spiders that are the size of my face, so I'm not a big fan of bugs.
It's also a really long flight, and I'm not sure how I would do.
Yeah. What's the other place?
I would also like to visit Thailand.
Thailand would be cool.
That's also a really long flight.
I would like to go to those places too.
We've also talked about Maine, because we've never really been up in that. Like, we've been to Boston, but not...
But nowhere else like up in that general area. I'd also
That's
like
in the
to
U.S.
go,
for you guys that are not in the U.S.
Yeah, I'd also like to go to the Pacific Northwest because we've not spent time there either.
Oh, like Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oregon and Washington. Yes.
Yeah. Pax is playing in his bouncer right now, so you're going to hear him.
You might hear some more talking.
What's the one thing about becoming parents that surprised you the most?
The love. I never imagined that you could look at something over and over again and be like, wow. Yeah.
I would also say I'm surprised at how quickly, like, I know everybody says they grow up so fast, but I'm surprised to like experience it myself, how much he changes from day to day and week to week and month to month. Like, he's grown 6 inches in 5 months. Like, can you imagine growing 6 inches in 5 months?
Oh, my body would hurt so bad.
And like his cognitive abilities now versus like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Are there any other names that you considered for Paxton? Yeah, there were quite a few names we considered. We did a couple boy names videos, so we'll link one of those right here. What's your favorite thing about each other? I like how kind she is. Brittany is constantly working on herself. One of the biggest things that I love about her is that she is really non-judgmental towards other people. So anytime people are gossiping or, you know, they're just generally maybe not saying the nicest things about somebody, she'll be like, hey, but wait a minute, let's take a step back and let's talk about this. Like, we don't need to judge them. We've never been in their shoes. We don't know what's going on, that kind of thing. So I've learned a lot about that from her.
That's something I'm really passionate about, because I feel like no matter who you are, what you've been through, you've never been in somebody else's shoes, so no matter what, you have no idea what they're going through. My favorite thing about Ashley is how she is so appreciative. And this is something I completely took for granted and did not pay attention to probably until, I don't know, the last couple years. It doesn't matter if it's something that I do on the regular or something that is done on the regular. It could be taking out the trash. It could be making dinner, whatever it is. There is never, literally never, a time that passes where she doesn't say thank you. And her patience.
I'm a pretty patient person.
Her patience is also another big one. Dealing with somebody that has panic attacks is a lot.
She's a very feeling person. She is
Highly sensitive.
a highly sensitive person. So it's not that she's a lot to deal with. She just has big feelings. She has big emotions. Are you as intimate as you were before Pax? I think there's a natural low in most relationships when you have a tiny baby in the house. It's not to say it's not something that we're always working on, and we're always communicating with each other and all of that kind of stuff, but I mean, having a newborn is hard and your attention shifts to the baby, and so I think it's just natural that that happens a little bit.
Intimacy comes in a lot of other forms than just pure sex, I believe. When it comes to that, it has to be a lot more planned. That's the reality of it. We do things like when we have our time at night, we make sure we're cuddling together, we sit together, and our focus is on each other.
Right. Did you hear it? Mom!
Yeah, I forget. We're also not a new couple. We're, 13 years into this, and now 13 years with a baby, so you have to plan it, you have to make it work, you have to pay attention to it, and it is something you continue to have to work on with your relationship. It's not just like, oh, intimacy is there.
Right. What is your favorite music genre, band, or singer? I like anything and everything. It kind of depends on my mood. I will bounce from like country to pop to rap to hip-hop to alternative to punk to, reggae. Anything and everything. I like music a lot.
Yeah, 100% depends on my mood.
When do you want to start trying for baby number 2? And how many more kids do you want? I think we talked about this.
Go back to video one.
Yeah, in the first one. Short answer, mid-2021 and at least 2. I slept on my neck wrong last night and I can't look to the side without turning my whole body. So if I look weird, that's why. How did y'all meet? Love y'all and Paxton. We did a whole video about how we met. Again, short answer, we met in high school.
Long ago.
Long ago when we were youngins. What are your favorite TV shows and books?
In general, I like action kind of movies.
Yeah.
I like things like I like the show Suits.
We like action-y, crimey, mystery.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I also really like reality TV, but not like Housewives reality TV. I want like
TLC.
I like 90 Day Fiancé. I like Counting On, which is ridiculous, right? The Duggars. I like K+8. I like Little People Big World.
We actually don't have cable.
No, we don't have cable. We don't watch a ton of TV. And as far as books go, I would say I like things that I can relate to personally.
I'm the same way, so I like things that I can relate to. I like things that are inspiring and motivating, and usually what that means is somebody that went through like a struggle and now has made it, or like one of my favorite books is Atomic Habits. It's super simple. It's about how changing like the smallest thing over and over and over again can make a huge impact.
Yeah. Do y'all still get butterflies, and does your heart still race when you call or text each other, or do you get that lightning bolt feeling when you touch hands or hug each other?
Yes, but it's different than like when we were first together. It's
right.
It's much deeper. That like fireworks, and that's still kind of when things are like fresh and exciting. Right. And not to say things aren't fresh and exciting, but it's very different. It's a much deeper connection. And I guess that's how you feel. Like, oh my gosh, I appreciate you. I love you. I care about you. Like, I didn't know I could have these feelings for you. Rather than, oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Does Paxton have words he can recognize, and how often does he start talking on his own? He talks on his own all the time. This is his favorite thing to do, is to just talk to his toys and make noises. And he started going, mama, mama, the other day, and he started making like
bubbles.
Spit bubbles, so he'll go, and then he looks at you and smiles, and he wants you to do it back at him, so then you do it back, and then he thinks it's like the best thing ever, so you have these like back and forth spit bubble sessions. Yeah, that's a new one too. I don't know that there are words that he necessarily recognizes. He recognizes if I lay him down in a certain way, like I would do when I was going to feed him, he definitely knows that, like, that's the signal that he's going to eat, or if, like, we haven't...
He recognizes a bottle, like if we have a bottle and I'm going to go feed him.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think there are necessarily words that he recognizes.
Not quite yet.
I watched your morning routine for anxiety and depression the other day. I'm wondering how having a baby might have changed your routine, and how has having a baby impacted your anxiety and depression levels?
My morning routine 100% has changed. It's not anything like it was. Would I like to get back there? Yes and no, right? So I realize it's not very realistic with having him, especially as young as he is. And I would have loved to start getting back to doing yoga in the morning. That's super important to me. However, what happened was, the minute I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get up at 5 instead of 6. Legit, that next morning he woke up at 5.
He was like, nope, you're not going to do yoga today, Mom.
And so I'm definitely the early riser. So when he gets up that early, I like to try to just take him out of the room so she can at least sleep for a little bit. Sometimes she has to get up anyways for work, but if she doesn't have to, I do like to take him out with me. My morning now consists of making sure that she is ready for work and that he is ready for the day. After those things happen, I get my time. And so instead of me doing yoga in the morning, just because he's usually ready for the nap by the time all that's ready, he only needs to be awake for an hour and a half before he's ready for a nap. Then we start going on a morning walk, and while I'm going on a morning walk, I usually listen to motivating podcasts. I also sometimes will have an app up on my phone to like jot little notes down, jot little things I'm grateful about. Sometimes there's just like affirmations I'll be saying to myself as I'm walking, just stuff like that. So it's in a different way, and it's not the minute that I get up, but I do make sure that I still take time to do that stuff because I understand how important it is to not only my life, but our life as a whole and as a family. Yeah. And the second part of that question was how my depression and anxiety has been impacted. For the most part, I am doing great. I love being a mom, which has actually helped my anxiety and helped depression because I feel a sense of responsibility and worth more so than ever before because I have a life that is solely depending on us.
My wife and I are hoping to move out of Michigan, not sure where we're located, but are there any areas in Ohio that we would recommend to move but we would feel safe being ourselves in public? I would say in general, Columbus is pretty accepting. There are some neighborhoods downtown, Short North, Victorian Village,
German Village,
Old Town East, that kind of stuff. We lived in those places when we were younger, and then we moved to the suburbs. I would say, if you're going to move to the suburbs, definitely do your due diligence. I don't know that there's anywhere that you would necessarily be unsafe. Like, you're definitely going to be welcomed in some areas more than the other.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
This is for you again. Does it ever upset you if people say that Pax looks like me?
I love when people say that he looks like her. Like, I love that he looks like her. I don't know how else to say that. No, absolutely does not upset me at all. Look at him.
Do we look like guys? Ow, that's my hair. Ow. I'm interested in your ethnic background. Ashley looks like much of my family, but Brittany reminds me of a student I had years ago. I'm German, Irish, English, French. I'm a mutt.
I am a German Jew. The Jewish side of my family, I think, has more of a Russian descent. People say I look Asian, and people say that I look Native American all the time.
Yeah, you've had a lot of people say how unique looking you are through the years.
Why suck your own thumb when you can suck mom's?
Yours is going to taste better, duh. This is our last question.
I was wondering how many details of the process of becoming parents do you feel comfortable to share with strangers? Like, do you feel the need to teach and inform people who ask you those kinds of questions? So this is the first part. I'm going to go ahead and just try to answer. He's getting a little fussy and he really wants to talk, so we're going to try to keep him a little bit quiet here. So do we feel the need to teach and inform? I don't know that it's a need or an obligation necessarily. I think it is more that if people are curious and respectful, we are willing to share our experience. As you can see, we have put it online, and we are happy to answer that because we believe curiosity over ignorance. That's what we're comfortable with. We are not telling anybody else to do that because we understand if you look at how it would be to ask a heterosexual couple, how did you have a baby? It does not seem appropriate, right? And that second part of the question, I'm not sure how to answer it because I don't 100% understand what the question is, but feel free to send us another DM or something on Instagram.
Yeah.
Maybe clarify it and maybe we can answer it for you.
Yeah. On that note, I think it's time to go put this little boy down for another nap.
Yes. We're sorry if this video is a little all over the place because he was so chatty.
Hopefully you can hear us answer your questions. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you guys later.
Catch you in that next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.